What's up, everybody? It's your girl Tia back again with another episode of Unfinished Business. Tia's Talking. As always, like, comment, subscribe, and I'm back again with what you want them to call you, like Marlon, Marlo, what? Marlon.
Yes.
All right, he wants us to call him Marlon. Back again with Marlon. I don't know if I said this already, but like, comment, subscribe, and we're gonna get right into it with the topics of the day. So. You'll realize we skipped a couple of weeks. The reason why is because it was our birthday, so we're gonna call this the birthday episode. And our birthday is actually 3 days apart, so we kind of spent a little bit of time just dealing with that and, you know, coming to terms with the fact that we're a year older. So yeah, I'm old. Yeah. We'd be like the same age for like 3 days. So because of that, he calls me a cougar, which I don't really find that funny, but anyways, another thing, right? When we talk about October, we talk about our birthdays, but another thing that's like super exciting is the NBA season has now started, and we're gonna kick it off. I didn't like the fact that you tweeted me or you mention me on Instagram or whatever. We talked about the NBA. And he talking about everybody need to pick their teams now because once the season start, it ain't gonna be jumping around and stuff like that. And I felt like he was trying to take shots at me, but I ain't never really jumped around. So I need you to kind of explain that a little bit more. That's funny.
Yeah, I think it's funny because since I've met you, you've always been a Westbrook fan. So long as I can remember, so whatever team he's on, you go with. So that was true. What you had put that on your Instagram. You've always been a Mavericks fan.
Okay.
So and that stems back from Dirk. So you're a true Mavs fan since I can remember, and those are the only two. So like you throwing the Bucks in there.
What?
So you like, I can't cuss on here.
Yeah, you can cuss.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but
I'm not about to play with you.
Niggas be lying.
Don't say that. That's not a swear word. That's something different.
Okay.
Anyways, look, I'm gonna let you finish, but these were my 3 teams, and I'm gonna explain them. He kind of already got it a little bit. My teams are the Dallas Mavericks. That's been my all-time favorite team. The reason why is Dirk Nowitzki. I've just always been a Dallas fan, period. My second team, and I say it's a wherever he go fan. Russell Westbrook, since Dirk Nowitzki has retired, has been my favorite player. He's my second favorite player. Once Dirk retired, he's my favorite active player. So, of course, wherever team he goes to, I am going to be a fan of, period. I will say the Bucks is a newer team. It's not this year, though. It's been over the last few years because I'm a fan of Giannis Antetokounmpo, period. So,
Antetokounmpo.
You don't even know it. First of all, don't try to correct me if you don't even know how to say it. If you're going to try to correct somebody, make sure you know how to say it.
Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo.
Okay.
How you say it?
Antetokounmpo.
Antetokounmpo. Now you got me second guessing if I'm saying it right.
She's saying it wrong. Okay.
Say it one more time.
Antetokounmpo.
I don't think that's how you say it. But anyways, like I said, I've been a fan of Giannis, and the ties really kind of run deep because you forget that I went to Marquette my freshman year. I was living in Milwaukee for a whole year.
Giannis didn't go to Marquette.
Don't make a difference. He played for the Bucks.
Okay, but
anyways, I've been able to
Giannis wasn't even known when you was at Marquette, so that's how I know. You say anything.
Can I finish?
Yes.
Anyways, I have backed up why those are my 3 teams. Those are the teams that I'm going to be rooting for. I cannot help that we got Damian Lillard. It is what it is.
Reason.
No, because to be honest, I think Damian Lillard is a great player. But I don't really fuck with Damian Lillard like that, if we being honest, because him and Westbrook be going at it. Like, I fuck with him, but anytime Russ is going against Dame, I don't fuck with him. And the reason why is because we got 0 on one side, 0 on the other side. And as you guys know, they've had some heated matchups. So it wouldn't be Dame.
Really call it like heated if you lose every time.
What's your 3 teams? What's your 3 teams? Let's get there.
Okay, my first team is the home team, the Wolves.
Trash dog.
Okay, but I have a reason why that's my home team because it's the home team. I'm sorry, I said the home team, my favorite team, or one of my favorite teams because it's the home team.
The Minnesota Timberwolves.
Yeah, Timberwolves. Okay. Second team, we have the Thunder, and that is because one of the players I coached, Kason Wallace, Richardson High School.
Well, you're trying to name drop or whatever. Like he just think he cool as hell. What? Go ahead.
But, yeah. So they have became one of my 3 teams because of Kason, and then my third team is Phoenix because I've always. Well, let me back up. Phoenix because, like you said, you're Westbrook fan. Bradley Beal has always been my favorite player. So, since Florida. So, when he went there, that kind of just solidified it all. I've always been a KD fan. I do think he was a snake for what he did going to the Warriors, but, I mean, you can't, like, he's just talented. Like, you can't not appreciate what he does on the floor. So, but KD, and then D-Book. I mean, I've been liking D-Book since Kentucky, and they all play on the same team, so now that's one of my teams.
Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay, so you said that you're a wherever he go fan with Brad Bill.
Yeah.
Where have you been in Washington, D.C. for the last 5-6 years? I ain't never seen you tune in to a Wizards game.
Anytime like Bradley Bill has done good, I posted, or if it's came up on social media, I'll repost or say something.
I understand that. What I'm saying is, if you're a wherever he go fan, you weren't invested in the Wizards' success. You didn't even care.
I was invested now all of a sudden, Bradley Bill's success. I just said that.
But not the Wizards' success. But now the Wizards has never been one of your top 3 teams. Though, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but listen to what I just said. I said like if something comes up on social media or like I watched the game or he had like a career high of points. I'll repost that. I'll repost him. Not so much the Wizards, but
So what I'm saying is that when we talk about I pick 3, you pick 3.
Yeah, but
wait.
Okay.
How come the Wizards was not in your top 3 last year? If you are wherever
because he was my favorite player, but like I said, along with KD and D-Book. With Phoenix, okay, I like that team. I like that tandem of 3. So now, pause. I don't know why she was like that. Y'all know what I mean. But I like now, okay, all 3 of them on the same team, so I'm a Phoenix fan.
So you're a Phoenix fan now because their chances of winning the NBA championship are higher. So you're not really a wherever he go fan. You just a bandwagon fan, like, oh, I'm gonna get on Phoenix because now it makes sense because Brad Bill there, and that's my excuse for saying I'm a Phoenix fan. That's what I hear.
Y'all see who
or am I doing girl math?
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said girl math because I was just about to say, y'all see what women do? They try to put words in your mouth. Nobody said anything about the chances of them winning the NBA championship or higher of them winning the NBA championship. I like Phoenix because my favorite player, Bradley Beal, is there. Kevin Durant, one of my other favorite players, is there. You don't need to do all that. And then D-Book is there. Okay. So I like Phoenix. And never once is like, oh yeah, I think they're going to win the NBA championship. Do they have a chance? Yeah, they have a chance. But that's not why I'm going with them. Go get your hand washed.
Okay, so we're going to leave it at that. I won't challenge you any further. Like I said, my teams are...
all this shit over.
This is expensive. You're not going to knock none of this shit over. My teams are the Dallas Mavericks, the Los Angeles Clippers, and the root for somebody else. I'm not going to be rooting for anybody else, but I am a fan of the game. But call me out. It's not going to happen, though. This dude right here, what's your teams again? Say it clearly in case the people didn't hear you the first time.
The Minnesota Timberwolves, Oklahoma City Thunder, and Phoenix Suns.
Okay. So there you have it. Those are our 3 teams. We're going to see who comes out on top. I think my 3 probably do a little bit better than y'all this year.
Well, I mean, all my 3 are in the West, so only one of my teams can go.
That's fine, but I'm talking about we going off of collective wins, and they're not all. Never mind. Yes, they are.
Yeah.
What I was saying though is collectively we'll see how each 3 does.
Yeah.
But I think it's gonna be mine.
Your 2?
My 3.
Or the one that you added?
Anyways, like I said, those are our 3 teams. So we're gonna see how we get as the season goes along. It's gonna be fun to watch. Speaking of fun to watch, what do you think of Victor? I'm not gonna try to say his last name because people try to correct me when they don't even know how to. He don't even know how to say it. I'm gonna call him Wemby. What do you think of Victor Wemby so far?
I think that he is a unicorn. Like he is something that we've never seen before. And I know the NBA is full of giants, but like we stand at 7'3",
yeah,
or 7'4", I don't know, 7'3" to 7'5", whatever it is. But him being that size and being able to play on the perimeter and not just like, some bigs be like, oh yeah, I play on the perimeter, all they can do is catch and shoot. And like he's pushing the break, trying to break his defender down off the dribble, shooting pull-ups, knocking down threes. Like he's special. I don't think we've seen anything like him in the leagues. So yeah, I don't think we've seen anything like him.
In a minute at least. I think everything that you said I completely agree with. I think something that I've been impressed with watching him play just these first couple of games is I think he's really filling into the role and know what role he has at San Antonio. Mm-hmm. And they need him to be exactly who he say he is, or people say that he is, right? Mm-hmm. 7'3". I was expecting him to kind of be a rim runner, and that's exactly what he does. But something that I'm impressed with that's kind of surprised me is his outside shooting capabilities. I think he's really going to shoot the 3 at a high level, and I think the Spurs are definitely going to need that in order for them to be successful this year.
Yeah. Well, I don't think that just because the other pieces that they will have, like, I don't know what they're exactly missing, but I mean, you got Victor, like, you can build around that, but I don't know, they're missing something, and like their role players are good. I think like the pieces that are around Victor are nice. It's just I think they need like one more like guy, like a dude that can help them. Maybe not even like, I would say like a vet. They need somebody.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, like somebody that's older to be on that team because that team's young. I don't even know who you can consider a vet on the Spurs right now. Maybe I'm blanking because I really don't know their full roster like that. I'm just thinking of like their top 5, top 6, and I don't think they have a true. They need somebody that can like lead them. Not lead. Well, Victor obviously gonna lead them, but as far as like off the court and being that guy in the locker room type thing.
Yeah. No. I was going to say that you took the words out of my mouth, and I'm probably going to stop letting you talk first just because I feel like we be around each other too much, and like you be soaking up the knowledge of the game for me, which in turn like you end up saying the same exact things that I'm going to say.
If you have nothing to say, you just say that.
Like I said, I'm going to switch it up. Like I'll let you go first sometimes, and then I'll go first sometimes. Because like I just don't like how you steal my stuff. But anyways, not to sound redundant, but yes, they do need a vet. If you look at their roster, they're pretty young, but I wouldn't say they got dudes, but they got dudes that can play.
Yeah, like they got dudes that know how to play basketball the right way. 100%.
And one thing I like about the Spurs though is that although they don't have a vet, I think if we look at some of the younger teams across the league, the only team that kind of comes to mind right now is OKC, being as young as the Spurs, right? Defensively, you can see them working hard. Are they going to be able to guard every team and things like that? No. But I do see that they have the will to kind of work. And I think Popovich has a lot to do with that because every team Pop has kind of had, they've always had like this certain dynamic about them. And they've always been like hardworking teams, period. And so I think he's definitely got his message across to the younger players that they have on that team. And when I watch them play, I do see that. Like, I don't see people just kind of doing whatever they want. You compare that to OKC, though. The game we watched today, they got a lot of young, talented players, but you see a lot of one-on-one, right? And,
that's true.
You know, we talk about superstars and stuff like that. I know you're a big fan of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I think he's a great player, but in my personal opinion, OKC really does not have a superstar, and they should play as such, meaning they need to move the ball around, right? I'm not trying to hear that. We go over this all the time. They need to move the ball around, you know what I'm saying? They don't need to do as much one-on-one, and they need to get to it defensively. That's all I'm saying. Like,
you're right.
You compare those teams.
It's a lot of one-on-one.
Yeah, the talent level is the same.
They do have a superstar, just like the Spurs have a superstar. Like, but it's just
Victor's not a superstar. Like, he's probably going to be a superstar, but he ain't done shit. And that's what I don't understand I'm just like, I absolutely hate how the NBA has this superstar culture.
Listen.
At the end of the day, every team does not need to have a superstar, and that's okay. But we're tagging some of these players with like, oh, he's a superstar. Yeah, he may be the best player on that team, but a superstar is a bit of a stretch. And I feel like we really have to stop giving these titles to people that have not truly earned it, in my opinion. That's all I'm saying.
Are you done when you finish?
Yes, I'm done.
So, is Victor not going to be a superstar?
He is going to be a superstar, but is he a superstar now? No.
No, he's not a superstar now, but you can obviously see when he's on the floor the impact he has on the game. Like, it's in the pudding. Like, he's going to be a superstar. So
I'm not denying that.
But that's what, like, you're saying every team doesn't need a superstar. Every team needs or has a superstar. You like it or not. Is he that yet? No, but everybody in that organization knows that he is the guy.
Who's a superstar? I'm going to pick a team that I don't know that well. Because, and it just goes to show you every team maybe does not have a superstar. Who's a superstar on the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell.
Yes.
He's a I can give you that on the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think that Donovan Mitchell has proven himself of superstar status.
Every team, any team that you name out.
Who's the worst team in the NBA? I'm going to look this up.
I don't know, probably the Houston Rockets.
So you telling me Dylan Brooks is a superstar?
Their superstar will probably have to be Van Fleet.
Jalen Green?
No, Van Fleet.
Van Fleet? He's not a superstar, though. He's probably one of the best players on that team. I would not give him the title of superstar.
Van Fleet is there. Jabari.
Not a superstar.
I'm saying, okay, what you're saying, yeah, not now, but they have a face that is going to be that.
Who's the star on the Pacers? Tyrese Halliburton, right?
Huh.
He's not a superstar.
Yeah, Did he make the All-Star game last year?
Yeah, he did. I don't care about the All-Star game, though.
That's
based
all
on voting.
plays into play. That
No,
all comes into play.
it does.
Everybody don't make the All-Star game.
But it's based on fan voting, and meaning the best player on each team most likely is going to get those votes.
The end result is based off the fan voting.
Who's the star on the Hornets?
LaMelo Ball.
He ain't did nothing either. Great player. I'm not taking nothing away from him, but I'm just saying, every team does not have a superstar. You can say that they have a superstar on every team, but that's because we're just giving away titles, and that's the culture that we in today.
No, I'm saying for the most part, there's probably only the only team that I can think of is Houston, where it's like, okay, they don't have a superstar, and there's like nobody there that is going to become that. Like, the franchise knows that they're going to be that. Like you said, I wouldn't consider Jalen
What about the
Green.
Jazz? I think there's
The
multiple
Jazz
teams that are like that.
superstar is who they have? They have marketing. They have
Maybe I'm just getting caught up into the fact of the word superstar. Yes, I do think that each team has their
I think
guy.
you're getting caught up into the fact of like, okay, yeah, he's not a superstar now, but what you're not understanding, like, just like the NBA draft, they're drafting players off of potential. Like, okay, so it's not, maybe not right now, but you can, like I'm gonna use Victor as an example. You know he's gonna be a superstar in the NBA.
Yeah, and that's nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying, is he a superstar now? And that's why I'm saying maybe I'm getting caught up on the word.
Yeah.
And I'll explain myself. Each team does have their guy or their guys. Period. Every team is going to have that. What I'm saying is that each guy on each team is not necessarily a superstar, regardless of the title that people like you are trying to give them. Maybe they will be a superstar.
Yeah, that's what I'm
maybe
saying.
they will be.
But you're confusing. Like I'm saying, okay, I'm not saying like, oh, yeah, they're a superstar now. It's what they're becoming to be. Like,
okay, then you need to say that because you're saying they're a superstar. That's
what I'm saying,
different
superstar as
circumstances.
far as okay, I got what you're saying.
So you're saying future in the making.
Yeah.
I can agree to that. That's just a guess though. But right now it ain't that many superstars, in my opinion.
What do you mean in the league?
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
We can really talk about it all day. But we have this argument all the time, and the reason why we have this argument is really we talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So we go back in.
Shai is a star.
You said he was a superstar though, so now you're changing it up.
No, I said he was one of the top players in the league. That's what I said. I didn't say he was a superstar.
Not you trying to get spicy. You did say he was
No,
a superstar
I
because
didn't.
that's the argument we've been having the last month.
No, I said he's one of the top players in the league. And then
I didn't disagree with that. So what would we have been arguing about? No, I said he one of the best players in the league. Yes, he is. I can't deny that. I said he's good.
You didn't.
You were saying he was a superstar.
You wasn't saying that until the list came out and he was number 10 on that
I
list.
don't give a fuck about that list.
No,
it's not. I do not care about that list, and you know I've never cared about any list whatsoever. See. Anyways, all right, we're gonna change the subject because that conversation gets super heated. But I think you got your point across. I kind of understand a little bit more, even though you kind of changing it up, you being a little wishy-washy. And I think I got my point across. But we're going to change the subject to something, I don't know, maybe we agree on it, maybe we don't. But there was a tweet, I'm not even going to mention dude's name because I can't find the tweet now. But a guy basically said he will bet $1 million that a state championship boys high school team would beat the Las Vegas Aces. Who said that?
Clay Travis said it.
I don't know who that is.
He said, put $1 million on the line, your WNBA champion team against a 2024 high school boys state championship team of my choice. You guys win, you get $1 million of my money. My team wins, you all pay me $1 million. I give it to all high school boys, or the team that whoever you choose if they win.
And his name Clay Travis. So I'll go first with what I think. I think I disagree, and the reason why is because just the makeup of every team, right? When you think of boys high school basketball and you think of state championship teams, unless it's like not prep, but like what's the leagues that like Mount Verde and things like that are on?
NIBC.
Yeah, like unless you're in leagues like that, but if we're focused on like public high school basketball teams that win state championships, right? They likely have one, maybe three guys, unless you're Duncanville, that are actually like dudes, right? And that can play. At the same point in time, I think like what this guy doesn't understand is that these ladies are professionals for a reason, and the women's game is a lot different from the men's because we don't have to rely on athleticism as much. It's mainly fundamentals, and then you also have a lot of players that are equally as athletic. You know what I'm saying? So when you get into a game like that where not only is it spurts of athleticism but also fundamentals, that game is a lot harder to play than you think, whereas high school boys, Not saying that they don't have the fundamentals. It really depends on what team that we were talking about. But I think you'll have one or two players that are really freakishly athletic and freakishly good. But when it comes down to playing a 5-on-5 game of basketball, no, I don't think that they win that game. Especially seeing the effort that the Las Vegas Aces have put forth just this season. And especially if they're at 100% health. Having Candace Parker, Chelsea Gray, Asia Wilson, and all those guys, I don't think they win that game. The boys basketball team doesn't.
Yeah, that's a good take. I think that what he said, it wasn't brought it down, it was just high school basketball. So if you're saying, like you had brought up prep or public school, I think if a public school state champion, regardless of the state, goes against the Aces, they don't win. But
who doesn't win?
The
boys?
Yeah, the boys.
Okay.
The boys don't win because, like you said, like public school, even like your powerhouses like Duncanville and like your public school powerhouses, you always got like, 3 kids. You're lucky 4 kids, but it's always, even if it is 4 kids, it's 2 that's like really like that, and then the other 2 are very good, but they're just not like the other 2. So it's tough because you're going against, at the end of the day, pros. And the Aces, like, they're very skilled and, like, they know how to play basketball the right way. And that goes for, and that's not even just women. That's a pro period. Like, you play pro basketball, like, you're there for a reason. But now if we're talking about the NIBC and like the prep, it's like state winners, or I don't know which one to call that. Like because I don't know if it's like a national championship that they win or whatever. But I'm not sure they beat those kids just because.
And you're talking about the teams. This is like the teams that
like
they
Mount Verde,
and these are the top players.
Yeah, top players because like those teams are already. Like, those are going to be probably lottery picks. So they're playing essentially against NBA players before they get to the NBA. And it's like, okay, like, I think it would just be not a skill thing, but a physicality thing where it'd be like, okay, they're just too faster, stronger, more athletic.
Yeah, and so I think the height is probably the biggest difference
like
there.
You run across a team, like you just think about like, Raji had brought this up to me, like, because we were talking about in a group chat, and he was saying like, because I was like, nah, they can't, there's no high school team that can beat them. But then he's like, he brought up the 2020 Mount Verde team, which included
like Ben Simmons and
not even that team, but it was Scotty Barnes, Cade Cunningham, the kid that plays for the Golden State Warriors, I forgot his name.
Kuminga?
No, not Kuminga, the other one that got drafted with him. I forgot, but it was him, and there was 2 other, like their whole starting 5 are in the league right now, and it's like, okay, that team's like, they was all 6'7", 6'6", 6'8", and like bigger, like, I don't think that the Aces, and even when those boys are even in high school, beat that team just because like, it's just too much.
And I can kind of agree with that there because we also got to realize that a lot of those kids, they were one and dones.
Exactly.
And
like
if the NBA didn't have the rule where they had to go to college, they likely probably would have went straight out of high school. So it's hard to kind of compare that because they were already kind of pros.
Right.
Essentially, like if they were playing baseball, they would be a pro at that age.
Yeah.
So I can agree to that, and I think the main thing though is just it would be, like you said, the physicality, but coming from like the height differences too, because guards and especially those guys that you're talking about, they're like 6'4" and above.
Yeah, okay, come on.
Yeah.
Like 6'7", I think, or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe not that big, but he's a big guard. And now you talking about Chelsea Gray guarding, him on the wing, like that's
Yeah.
Even Scotty Barnes like 6'8", 6'9", and so like, who do you gonna put Asia on him, or you gonna put, like?
Yeah, that's hard to kind of spread it out like that. But yeah, I think like kind of like to wrap that topic up, we got to be more specific about what level of boys high school basketball that we're talking about, because I think we both can agree it really depends on kind of like the league, and not like these teams that we were just talking about where they can essentially go and pick who they want of their choice. And a lot of these guys they're picking, they would be pros if there was no rule that says that they have to go to college.
Which is another conversation that we'll probably have, because I don't understand how there's not a one and done in basketball, but all these other sports. And y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we can get into about an hour-long topic just on that alone, and like the history of it and like how things change and stuff too. But no, completely agree. But I think, I'm looking at what else we got as far as topics. That pretty much wraps everything up. I did want to give a shout out to I guess it's our home team now, MLB baseball, but the Texas Rangers were in the World Series. I think it's tied at 1 game apiece. Yeah. And I went out. See, I'd be outside, he'd be at home. I went out to watch the game for game 1, and Dallas was out. Like, if you've ever been to Dallas got a lot of different spots that you can kind of like go to, a lot of different areas, but we were in kind of like the Lower Greenville area, and it was nothing but just red and blue kind of everywhere that we were. We were in the bars, there was a lot of high fives and stuff like that going around, so the energy is up in Dallas. Hopefully the players feel that on the field, and we bring the World Series home, I guess.
Yeah, I hope so too. It'll be lit in the city if that happens.
You gonna go outside?
If they win?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can I come with you?
No.
Why not?
Because you went out. No, yeah, you can come with me.
Thanks.
But it's going to be fun.
All right, guys. So that wraps up our episode of Unfinished Business Tia's Talking. It was a fun one. Made it this far. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.